Welcome to this belated episode of the Monday Night War Review. John, you're our constant archivist. We're on episode 12 now, is that correct?
Yes, you told me that right before we started recording. So
Thank you very much, John, the archivist, or the librarian of the Monday Night Wars, or mainly wrestling even. We're here to look at God, I've completely lost that. The Monday, the 22nd of March, 1999, when Stone Cold Steve Austin comes with his... Does he have a name, Lissy? Beer truck? They used to call them Stevelizers, right? Because they were Budweisers.
Steveweiser, yeah.
Right, okay. But he comes down, and this is the prelude to the first Rock against Austin at Wrestlemania. Ooh. What do you remember? Because this was my peak era as a fan. The Rock just beat Mankind for the title, got the corporation. There's a lot going on. But I'm guessing when we watch this, there's a lot of really weird stuff as well.
Well, this was the peak of the weird stuff going on, right? Yeah, exactly. So say nothing. You don't even need to explain further. I think this was that. I think I was about 10 at this time. Jack, I know you're a little bit older. JJ, I know you were probably about 9.
We've got 2 years, haven't we? More or less.
Yeah,
I was 9,
yeah. I just remember this time in life, and we just thought it was so cool because everybody would just go around giving around like Stone Cold Stunners or Rock Bottoms, any chance you got. Yeah, right. In DX, come on, this was vintage Attitude Era time of wrestling. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything bad about this time. I wish it lasted longer because then over the next couple years. Obviously over the next couple of years, then we got into the invasion storyline, which was whatever, we can't even talk about it, but this was it for us when we were kids, so I'm really happy to be watching.
This was I'm thinking I'm 12 years old, so kind of I'm still kind of watching it without necessarily broadcasting it. 99, yeah, I'm still yeah, there you go. I'm in junior school, the top year. So the fact that no one could really say shit about wrestling because I'm the oldest. We're the oldest year in school, so everyone kind of watches it. Then you go to high school 6 months later and realize, shut up, Doc. No one likes it around here. Oh man, yeah. Never mind.
But this was when it was cool to be a wrestling fan at this time. This was the peak of that.
This was the peak of that. I uploaded the clip of Val Venus having his penis chopped off, seemingly, by Kai and Tai onto our YouTube channel, Art Mainly Wrestling on YouTube. And this was, I think, just 6 months earlier. So that's, as a vibe, I'm expecting similar type of shenanigans from this. We've got the Brood coming in, the Ministry, Tag Team Division's Hot DX, the Hardcore. I think the Hardcore title came in, 4 or 5 months earlier. So let's see from that. JJ, tell us how to find it on the network, please.
This is Raw episode 6153, as Jack said, March 22nd, 1999.
And Lucy, for you unfortunate people, as CM Punk pointed out, on the cock.
For those of us on the cock, it is season 7, episode 12, Monday Night Raw. Let's go.
Season 7, episode 12. And we will click play in 3, 2, 1. Playing. JJ, shout to me. We don't give a countdown normally. And by the way, on that Punk note, did you see his post match press conference after?
Yes, yeah, very wholesome stuff.
I love him. Absolutely love him.
Here's the man himself, Austin 316.
Oh my God, I saw some. So we went as we were walking back from. We got the bus to the Trafalgar and walked down. I saw some guy with an Austin 316 shirt.
Really?
I said to Austin, I've got to go tell him his shirt's cool. No, you don't. He's wearing an Austin 316 shirt. That's really sad.
I saw someone outside Morrison's in a Orange Cassidy shirt. And
really?
I was like, hey man, nice shirt. He went, freshly squeezed.
Did you do that to him?
I just walked up, I was like, yeah.
You should have done that.
I should have just started kicking him. Very gingerly.
When you meet a wrestling fan, just it comes your heart.
By the way, this intro, peak Raw right here.
Let's go.
I remember being in the casino and I was wearing an American Alpha shirt, of course.
Of course.
Why wouldn't I be?
Shocker.
And you don't expect you. if anything, you're a bit worried wearing an American flag that says American Alpha because people won't know the reference and just be like, what the fuck's this guy doing? And the guy pointed at me at the bar, went, he's a wrestling fan. I was like, hey, buddy, scared on. And we talked about Chad Gable for a bit. Good time.
No, it's so cool. Whenever I see somebody wearing a wrestling shirt anywhere, like, I don't say one word to them. All I do, I walk by them, I do this, and it's magic. This
is Albany, New York. If I'm correct, I think this is where the 92 Rumble was held as well. Same venue.
Guys, look at how many signs. Every person had a sign.
Look at this, man.
Crazy.
Does this not hit you in the feels? Rock 13 said, I just laid at the SmackDown Hotel.
What a time.
I feel like this is a time in my fandom when I was like trying to watch whenever I could, but not like fully integrated, like because
I wanted those sideburns so bad as a kid. Oh,
my dad hadn't left yet, so I didn't have monopoly of the TV. You know, when he walked out, boom, Mum, give me that remote. But until then,
I'm sorry, JJ, but look at the Mankind basket. Mankind mask in the background, by the way.
Jay,
my dad hadn't left yet. Wow, a novel by John Jacobs. I had that poster. That was at the foot of my bed. That Rock poster.
Yeah, that Rock poster was cool.
Like, it was 2 meters long, and my mum was a little worried about me, thinking, do you not want like boobs on the wall? No, on the Rock.
No, this is
okay, cool. Buddy, you do you.
Good for you, Jack.
Good for you.
Oh, I wanted that shirt so much. And again, after the pay-per-views, right, there'd always be like a special, or whenever there was like a UK only pay-per-view, there'd be a special on QVC. QVC's in America, right? The Home Shopping Channel.
Excuse me, we invented QVC.
But and I was please can I never had a wrestling shirt as a kid, and I was desperate for one.
Mm-hmm. And you got one off QVC?
And no, I didn't have any access to money, did I? I'm 11 years old.
I remember picking up a very, very large, oversized Acolyte Protection Agency T-shirt down at the local Oxfam. Good times. Didn't fit me, but
doesn't matter.
I
finally had a wrestling shirt. £2, Mum. You can't say no.
You can't say no. I had a bit of a midlife crisis when I was around 19.
Charity shop, basically.
When I started getting into wrestling again, and I remember I bought one of those Shane O'Mac baseball jerseys.
Oh yeah.
And I remember going out on a night out wearing that as like a undone on top of a shirt thing, and my mate going, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Bet you were batting them away, mate. Batting them away.
Just going around doing the Shane O'Mac. Which way did he go? Which way did he go?
That's how you're keeping them away. You're just doing this, and they won't come near you.
I know nobody went near me anyway. Wow, those shades are so late 90s, Shane.
Guys, so late 90s, and the European title.
People forget, like, him and X-Pac had a serious program over that belt.
He has no business having that title.
He was in the Prince Andrew phase of his wrestling career. This is where he wasn't a big sweaty mess.
Oh my gosh.
This is when you could understand the words Vince was saysaying. God, halcyon days.
What are you talking about, pal? Fucking work out 3 a.m.
Vince went from that inflated announcer voice to like the super deep. I wouldn't even try to do it. And then now I just don't even know what the hell he's saying.
I mean, Vince here looks like, you look at the peak alpha male here in terms of, he looks like a man that would sit on most boards in America.
Look at him.
You should listen to what he said. He said something important.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Too busy talking amongst ourselves.
Yeah, it's a good point. Let us actually try and risk tracking it for once. See if we get thrown off.
Risk it all.
Let's stop tracking that in case he does come out. I'm pretty sure it comes at the end, right? With the spoiler alert with the big truck. But
spoiler alert.
Hey, I don't want to get this banned from YouTube.
And millions. What a guy.
But you normally say, like, people will normally say it takes a spell. What the Rock is. God, I used to say that all the time. I used to drive my parents insane.
I feel like there's not that many opportunities to say that on a day-to-day basis, but no.
But
you find them if you're looking for it. You find them.
But you're supposed to be like Eric Bischoff always says you've got to be 8 years before you draw serious money in the industry. Austin started in like 88, by the time he got to like 97, 98. The Rock's been like wrestling for 2 years at this point.
3 years. No, two
2.5 years. He did 6 months in Memphis and 2.5 years as WF. 3 years. But it was Jim Cornette. It was like, look at him, goddamn, fucking blue chipper, third generation. Looks like $1 million. Goddamn.
He turns 50 this year. 50. Look at the man. He turns 50. It's a disgrace. Look at him.
Look at him.
I would.
And I never actually found that clip of you and I talking about the missus. That missus saying, yeah. Don't know what I'm going to do with the missus. Tell you what.
I think that was on the episode. Ring up Joseph right now. I think it was on that episode.
He's written down the timestamp. He watches it every other night.
He likes a bit more. He's more of a Page type of fan. Whenever filming,
I appreciate that.
He likes a girl who's a bit more. The word he used was alternative. Yeah.
Alternative. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do we say this? First of all, I think Paige is beautiful. So
I'm in love.
We're saying nothing disparaging about Paige, but she has that look, right? That aesthetic.
Yeah. That is
you're too happy to be a goth. Sorry.
What'd you say?
You're too happy to be a goth.
Oh my God. Wait, but I went through a goth period.
I have a lot of black. I dress in a lot of black. Yeah.
I do dress in a lot of black, but no, I went through a goth period where I used to wear those shirts with like the hole cut for the thumb in the sleeve. It was great. I was no, I'm so serious.
You listen to My Chemical Romance?
Yes! Are you kidding me? I only listened to punk rock. Like this, it was the best.
Do you know what? When I was that's why I got into like CM Punk, because when I went to uni, I was living with a bunch of these lads. So I was listening to bands like, oh my God. Anyway, I was at Leeds Festival 2005, and that set off a chain of events in my life. You go down a rabbit hole in certain things. I was in love with Hayley Williams from Paramore.
See, I never got it, but now I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But me and Nicole were watching Kerrang last night whilst we were having a chat once the kids were in bed, and they were playing like the top 50 of the noughties, and it was like Tenacious D tribute, and then like
Tenacious D. They were at Leeds Festival,
yeah, Link
tribute.
Who headlined 2005? That was too early for Chili's, I feel like.
Oh God, that's 17 years ago now.
Oh my God.
I think the Biscuit were over.
I think my first one was 07, Reading, Leeds. Anyway.
I was massively out of my depth. I ended up sitting for a long period of it in the little shop and watching a lot of the cricket on Channel 4. I didn't have any ID on me, and I couldn't get served. It was quite depressing.
Oh, good time.
You can't be at Leeds Festival sober.
Oh, you can. But yeah, first Reading Festival I ever went to, I lost my wallet on day one, which was the Thursday.
So this is a theme in your life, the losing of the wallet.
Shut up. Lost my wallet with all of my cash for the festival, and I had to borrow some money off of my mate, and yeah, it was a bad time. It was a bad time. But I still went back year after year. You live and learn. Got to learn how to do a festival. First one's always a write-off.
You sang the song "You Had Time to Wait" and I'm Not Sorry. Alkaline Trio, yes. They're a good band there. Oh my God, I feel so old. Fucking hell.
You are old.
We're just here, guys. We're just here.
Alkaline Trio. They're a band I'd never heard of before I got there. I was so impressed.
It's happening.
Look at this now. You had Killers, Foo Fighters,
Killers were there.
Maiden.
Yeah, Foo Fighters.
Iron Maiden.
I loved Linkin Park.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I never saw them. I didn't know they were. I heard about them. I thought they were like old guys.
They're good.
Guys, do you see what's happening?
Yeah, what is happening? I love the old Rory's War ring skirt as well.
What this is seminal, right? They're like
this is the opening segment.
Unforgettable.
Like, how did they get the Vince's reactions?
We've not had any wrestling yet, but who needs it?
No, exactly. Like, could you imagine being a fan and this is like your first 10 minutes of the show? You're so wound up.
And then a year later, you've got to sit through a 20-minute Hunter and Stephanie promo. Well, Rock, you're going to have to face Kurt Angle if you want to wrestle me on the pay-per-view next month.
If you were them, wouldn't you just get out of the ring? You wouldn't be standing there shouting at him on top of the thing. You'd be like, okay, brother, let's get out of the ring.
Kayfabe.
Kayfabe was alive and well, baby.
The invisible wall. There's 3 of them. Just jump the ring, climb up, and deal with him.
Yes.
Or get out the ring.
Or all go in different directions, so only one of you may get hit.
No, you'd run at him one at a time from the same direction. So one goes, gets knocked out. The next one goes, gets knocked out. That's the way to do it. That's what I've...
Vince, I'm sure, isn't there someone where Vince does the action of swimming in it?
Yes. Well, we'll see. We'll see very shortly.
Let's see, guys.
It's no milk truck, but this is a close second best.
I mean,
that was brilliant too.
You can never fault Vince's commitment to the business.
No, that's what we always say. Like, nothing is beneath him. Nothing is off limits.
Pat McAfee said it when he had him there, didn't he? But it's like, Vince will do, if you've got doubts about anything, Vince will do it there and then to show it's fine.
Yeah.
Jumping off buildings or, jumping into off ladders or tape. Yeah, don't worry about it, pal. It's fine.
I think that's why, like, people respect him, because it's like, if you're somebody's boss and you're like, I'll never ask you to do something that I've not done myself or that I wouldn't do myself, like that really does deserve that respect. And he didn't he take a doomsday device in like a bar one time?
Yeah, but they put him in the stories. They put him down. That was Brett's Hall of Fame speech. By the way, in case anyone out there is watching this, Brett's always right. Always.
Just so you know.
I mean, evidently CM Punk's always right because you're just copying him now, but that's fine. Okay. Right.
I mean,
we should just put that over. To be fair, we should just be putting that over.
Flattery. I mean, what they say? Like, imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
It's happening.
FTR were calling out Brett to be their manager on Twitter again. That's just
So me, a person who usually sits on the floor or up front, I would be drenched at this time too.
Just open your mouth.
What?
Free booze.
Look at Vince is just so brilliant.
Look at the crowd. They're going absolutely apeshit as well. Like, but Vince starts swimming.
What can come on after this? Literally, what can come on after this?
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
Vince slipping around and it's tremendous.
Yeah, look at him.
I mean, we can have Val Venus versus D'Lo Brown. That's all right. That sounds like a nice match to me.
No,
yeah,
and
the opening segment on Raw. Man.
This is, you can't start a show like this. There's no coming back.
Do we need to continue? Downward. Should we just cut this episode now? This is right? I mean, that's what we're
I might be cutting this now and talking about AEW.
Yeah, we're right at the 18-minute mark. Let's just cut it, guys. Let's go. We can go.
You said the 3 of them all there. Oh, the whole. Why would you hold the Rock?
Come on, look. We've still got X-Pac versus Shane McMahon in the Greenwich Street Fight.
The greatest.
And again, look at him wringing his shirt out. That is brilliant. Wringing his suit out.
What a guy.
Genius. Look at him.
Raging. The Rock is raging. With his beady little eyes.
This was like a rare twist because what they would normally do. If you look when Austin won the belt in '98, they had him in the ropes, didn't they? With Shawn Michaels going, "You will never ever be WWF champion, Austin." Like it'd be always like the heel getting his I suppose like beating down the baby's face before he wins the big one.
Getting the upper hand ahead of the main event. Yeah.
Which is what I told you. That's why I kind of saw the MJF thing with Punk. Then the week after, they will come down and beat the shit out of Punk.
Yeah.
PK is old school.
Oh God, Sable.
Sable looks so much like Pammy, doesn't she?
It's too much.
Me. So he said.
Why is she having a Tony Kimmel?
against Ivory, who could have took her to school if she felt like it. Oh, this is Miss Deborah.
Puppies.
You guys know, I don't know what it is. I just love Deborah so much. I mean, she made that business suit just.
She's my love of MILFs. What can I say?
Come on.
I think she's like, but happy birthday to Deborah. Happy birthday to Deborah McMichaels, who turned 62 last week. So there you go. She
was almost 40 at this time in just impeccable shape. Amazing.
She wasn't almost 40. She just turned 39.
At this time, exactly. So she was almost 40. So this is just a testament to those of us.
We're going to start adding random years onto Lissy's age and see how she likes it.
She's closer to 40 than any other age. Okay.
Guys, I'm giving her a compliment, and it's a testament to those of us in our 30s with no children. It gives us someone to look to. So I really appreciate her for that.
There's a guy who works with us who's 25 and keeps saying, like me and Keith, like, man, you two are like the biggest form of contraception I've ever seen, because you all just constantly tired. You always seem really miserable. Yeah, just need sleep.
Wow, look at that suit.
Man, those business suits were tremendous.
No, and you know what I liked about how Deborah dressed? It wasn't like overly sexual. It wasn't like overly sexualized, because it wasn't like she wasn't wearing a bra or whatever. Shut up, JJ. But like, she was wearing a suit. She's business, but business with some fun.
You see, so now that you've got this new promotion at work, will you be wearing this as your business attire going forward?
First of all, I wear rags to work. You should see me.
First of all, I'm behind a Zoom screen and I am wearing wrestling t-shirts.
Literally, I wear wrestling t-shirts to work all the time and they think it's so funny. Like, if
I
I'm ever
thought the Public Enemy were signed at this stage. Wow.
If you are the woman that watches us and you are thinking of, the woman that watches us, and you are thinking, oh, I'm going into the office, I get some business attire, don't wear this, please. Don't. That's not business attire.
Lisa, you've got to appreciate it. She looks like she's got a tremendous moisturizing regime on those legs, because they are.
That's another thing. Deborah's legs were amazing. Right. I know we always talk about, like, in this era, we always talk about like Stacey Keebler's. Like, Deborah had amazing legs, toned, always nice and shiny, moisturized. Come on.
Let me track this, because JR. I'm thinking about JR is hosting the Raw party, to death.
Party.
Well,
if you remember, it was.
TKB, I know that. That's.
We'll track the engines, because this is still. I remember if you had the WWF Attitude PlayStation game, this was the best entrance of the game.
And here comes the.
Oh, they're not confused.
Titles on the line tonight, folks, and a huge opportunity for the Brood tonight. But will they be a part of that huge battle royal?
And Edge and Christian are brothers here.
Live the hour before WrestleMania. The last two men standing in that battle royal will meet Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett in WrestleMania for the tag team titles on pay-per-view.
Amazing.
And came WWF WrestleMania 15. Is proudly presented by new M&M's Crispy Chocolate Candy. WrestleMania is this Sunday night exclusively on pay-per-view. M&M's Crispy Chocolate Candy.
Again, spitting blood into the crowd.
Crispy M&M's. Fucking elite candy. And you can't get that shit anywhere anymore.
John J. British, you will not use the word candy on my goddamn podcast.
Fucking
candy?
elite chocolates, and you can't get that shit anywhere anymore.
It's chocolate.
To be fair,
there you go. William Hill in terms of their like.
It's in a crispy shell. So it's not just chocolate, it's chocolate coated in candy when you think about it. So I think it's all right. I wouldn't call a Snickers candy, right? That's a chocolate bar.
William Hill in their
M&M's, I think you can say candy. I think you get away with it.
Well, I don't know. I think it's just a shell, but I think it's like 99% chocolate. So what, Jack?
What is happening?
We're having a debate over M&M's.
There's no debate.
Lord, help us. Jesus,
M&M's Crispy were elite level, and now where are they? Where are they?
Gone.
Disgrace.
They scrapped them in the bin with the rest of the ideas. Listen, because M&M's will forever, and fun fact, I have a peanut allergy. Everyone knows this. Everyone's my friends are actually more conscious of my peanut allergy than I am, like when we go to eat. But M&Ms, you think of two things. You think of the classic M&Ms and you think of peanut. They bring all this other cute shit in and then they keep going back to the old stuff because it works.
How about crispy is elite? And
They were
that
all right.
should have become a staple. It should have been a trios match, yeah, not a tag team.
Anyway, looking at how would you look at this match and think 6 months later, a year later, Jeff Jarrett would be the man who'd be positioned as the guy in WCW?
Well, on a more morbid tone here, how could you picture that less than 2 months later, Owen would be gone?
Owen's, out of all these guys, Owen's the only one not with us anymore, which is
surprising.
Unreal.
So sad, honestly. Surprising is a good one, JJ. But I was saying earlier when they were doing the entrance, I think it was just hard to hear. Edge and Christian are still wrestling today, which is it does. You know what's funny? Like, I don't look at them as
So's Jeff.
Who, Jarrett?
Yeah, he was just on
That's fine.
TCW, yeah.
No, I know.
Gangrel's still going.
Hang on, guys. Hang on. So,
hang on, let me finish.
Sorry.
God damn it.
No, so the two of them, Pebble Academy. So the two of them are still wrestling, but we don't treat them the same way that we treat, like, when they bring back the nostalgia characters. And I think it's just kind of because they never really left, but they really do have that because they were in it with this time too.
This is so weird.
Edge, with his most recent comeback, I think he did have that sort of nostalgia treatment. He just decided to stick around. Like that pop when he came back. I mean, it was sort of half expected, but it was still absurd.
Well, we weren't. But were you guys?
They're gonna get a bloodbath, by the way.
Oh my God! Not our Deborah. Oh.
I did not expect that.
And Vince would have loved pitching that to her. You gotta wear a white suit. Why? Covering in blood.
Her perfect hair, her perfect nails, ruined.
What the hell's going on? Let's get it cleared. Well, the Brood just gave Deborah a bloodbath. Folks, let's go back to the WWE.com room. And here's Lucas. He's with the New Age Outlaws.
The Road Dogg Billy, you have a big
Go on,
night.
Lucas, lad.
But anyway,
Who the hell is that guy?
You see,
so
tonight's the night when the New Age Outlaws see who's the best of the best. You see, it's called competitiveness,
You'll never see
and that's
him
what
again,
made the New Age Outlaws what they are today, the best.
And they went through a weird phase where
World Wrestling Federation. But tonight, Mr.
They went through a weird phase where the Road Dogg became Intercontinental Champion, and Billy Gunn was the Hardcore Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see Billy? Does Billy have an eyebrow ring here?
They'd both been single matches at WrestleMania as well. The Road Dogg was in a 4-corner match at WrestleMania, if I'm right, and Luke lost the IC belt. But Billy Gunn, Hardcore Champion, really?
Lucas did not say a word. He didn't even close the segment. He just looked at them
terrified, didn't he?
And then, all right, listen, he's got school tomorrow. Poor kid.
We got school tomorrow. So did Billy have an eyebrow ring here? Because I know we always laugh about this time with all the weird piercings and the Undertaker eyebrow ring or two at this time.
I won't have a bad word said about Billy Gunn.
That's ridiculous.
I love Billy Gunn. What are you talking about? So Billy Gunn, you guys know I always wear my hair like this. I always wear it the half up, half down. That's my signature hairstyle.
Wait, but listen, do you know when you say things like, you guys know I always wear my hair are we supposed to recognize that as a thing, or?
No, it's not that. It's
pay
just
more attention, because I wouldn't have thought if someone said, "How does Lissy wear her hair?" Duh,
Billy Gunn style,
PG style.
No, but I love that. I love that hairstyle, and I feel like he kind of put me on because he always used to wear his hair like that. I'm giving him his flowers.
Good.
Shane plugging the WF Hotel Casino.
You didn't know.
Also, Billy Gunn today looked amazing.
Yeah, Billy Gunn is still so ripped, but
there are no words to describe how over this was in 1999. This entrance.
Yeah, I mean, people would just literally stand on the playground and do it, and you're just why?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D-Generation X proudly presents you the WF Tag Team Champions of the World. The Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws.
So you guys know that I love tag team wrestling, and I'll keep.
I like the fact that is right, Lizzie. That should be one of your shirts. You guys know that. How does Lizzie start? Well, you guys know.
Well, you guys know.
You guys know, and then you just tick appropriate box. I love tag team wrestling. I always wear my hair like this. I have a peanut allergy.
But no, but they were a tag team, but also like I like the true tag teams where they dress like what?
There was a big sign saying, "Let's get ready to soak it." Again, would never happen.
Never happened today. You barely even see signs at wrestling.
Yeah, it's gay.
It's so sad.
There you go.
But no, like these two were a true tag team that like were very respected, and I think they worked so well together as a tag team, but didn't
complemented each other really well.
Yeah, like they didn't start as a tag team. They didn't wear the same attire. They didn't dress, cohesively. They didn't have like any of those true tag team style moves, but they just complemented each other and they work really well together, which I think
I'm trying to check the eyebrow ring.
I hate you. Which I think our guys Moxley and Bryan Danielson can do nicely together because they're
by the way,
different.
just on the second of that, Steve Regal coming out and apologizing for not hitting his, going over time or not hitting his cues. Real king shit right there.
He's a national treasure.
He's above that.
But the fact that he doesn't have to apologize, but I should be setting a better example for the kids. I am sorry.
Yeah.
Real king shit there.
He holds himself to a higher standard.
Can we just take a second to appreciate that the hardcore title is one of the greatest looking title belts that have ever existed? You can take your winged eagle, you can take your big gold belt. Give me the hardcore title
any day.
Now that I'm looking at Billy Gunn's banner, I am actually seeing Lizzie Almeida right now. I've never seen it before, and now it's hitting me.
I always wear my hair like that. That's my favorite way.
Do you know that is the missus's hairstyle when it's wet and she hasn't had time to dry it yet. The little clip in the back, right? Yeah.
Yep. You just want it out your face.
I've got a photo of us in Bali when it's really humid. She goes, "I'm not doing my hair because it's going to be ruined," and it is exactly like that though. Getting taken to look at coffee. Oh wow, that went it. So
shout out to Carol Lorraine. She knows what's up.
Shout out to Lorraine having to sit with a crying child at a rugby game.
She's the real MVP today.
I mean, she's the MVP every day. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's why I said and every day. Okay, do you see the eyebrow ring? It's right there. Why?
There's a big he's got the DX tug tags as well. He's repping the merch.
Yeah.
He's a lot happening.
Oh,
I actually had a Mr. Ass wrestling figure from like 99, but it had like lime green pants. Mm-hmm. And I think the Mr. Ass was in pink, so switch it up. Where did that even come from, Mr. Ass?
Because he's got a great arm.
He has got a great ass, to be fair.
He does, but that must have been like an insider that like took form, and they just were like, "Okay, cool, we're gonna call you that." There's no other reason.
They always say, don't the people forget how big Billy Gunn is? He's like 6'4".
Oh yeah, he's a big guy.
Oh.
Big things are happening.
This was from. Again, that was so over. It's unbelievable. And the shake, rattle, and roll.
The simplest shit.
Road Dogg was not good in the ring.
Like, I know if I was to be asked about Road Dogg's moveset, I know he did the pump handle slam as like a finisher.
Yes, he did.
And he did the
the little.
Apart from that, I would have no idea. But he was one of the most over. But apparently, he was like just all into the smack in 1999. So,
what used to happen in their tag matches was he would get beaten his ass, and then they would have the hot tag, and BA would just destroy people, and they would win.
But that's kind of like you do it works for you, right? You're supposed to have a dynamic in a tag team.
Sure.
Good luck to them.
I mean, you can't criticize the guy for getting over. I'm just saying, like, retrospectively looking back, like, impressively got over with the skills that he had.
No, but again, they offset each other in the ring, but then they offset each other on the mic too, because Billy didn't need to talk because Road Dogg
no, could he
just,
talk?
No, agreed.
Yes, he didn't need to, thankfully, but Road Dogg had everything going in that department with the charisma and all that.
Al Snow, Goldust, Val Venus, all after. What are they after? Okay.
So basically, again, Al Snow would be in the match with Billy Gunn, the WrestleMania for the Hardcore title. And I want to say Goldust, Val Venus, and the Godfather. In fact, again, JJ, Google this for me, please. Make sure I'm not lying. And the Godfather was the last man in the four-way at WrestleMania.
Google it, JJ.
Google it, Jonathan.
All right.
Google it,
That's Jonathan. Not my name. That's not my name.
Yes, I know. That's why I called you, darling.
Not my name.
Do it.
That's why I just called Sam. I'd always call Sam Wilson Samuel, and he hated it.
JJ.
It's not my name, though, is it, Milner? Yeah, I know. That's right. Here's the Stooges getting some coffee.
There they are. Patterson.
Briscoe's just seen a ghost.
I loved them as the Stooges. Like, what weren't they just so brilliant at? I mean, and they weren't even that old, which is kind of funny because like you think that they're so old, but there they were in their
late 50s. So they've been attacked presumably in the break. Is what they're implying.
So anyway,
hey, shout out to Sergeant Slaughter.
Road Dogg defeated Goldust, Ken Shamrock, and Val Venus.
Ken Shamrock. So who attacked the Stooges? I can't see who's that.
You mentioned the Godfather. That was a battle royal for the tag team championship.
Wait a minute. One sec. That's Paul Ellering.
Is that Paul Ellering?
Yeah.
That's Paul Ellering.
Yeah, and are these Jacket?
They said it. They said Paul Ellering.
Yeah, I've heard him.
But Gigi, you know Paul Ellering is, right?
Of course, we know
Animal and Hawks manager.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then he was a manager of someone else in NXT, right?
I have no idea.
Rachel,
I don't know NXT.
He's Rachel Ellering's dad, and he was the manager of. What were those two big guys from NXT? I know who you're talking about, JJ. Oh my God, their name have escaped.
I was going to say the APA, but it's not them. It's like the two.
And they fired him, and then they got rid of all of them. So
they fired him right before they went up to the main roster because he didn't want to be on the road, and then they didn't do anything on the main roster.
They were like Bulgarian, or not Bulgarian. They were Croatian or Albanian, Serbian.
What?
You're doing a lot right now.
The two guys they came into like Seth Rollins' weird stable 2 years ago.
No.
Yes.
JJ, just look it up because Jack is going off.
Authors of Pain. It was the Authors of
Pain. There you go. I said it sounds like the APA, but it's not AOP.
The Shield Junior.
Cam and Razor.
But did they not go into Seth Rollins' little stable for a while? And then one of them got injured.
You watch wrestling? Wait, you watch wrestling?
I listened to the Raw review.
They were Seth Rollins' enforcers, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Ryan Shamrock. So, if you remember this, that was Ken Shamrock's little sister.
Yeah.
Wow, she's really hot as well. Who they really wanted him to do an incest angle with, and he refused.
You know what? And thank God he did, because that's fucking disgusting.
By the way, shout out to Ken Shamrock, who messaged us on Twitter saying, loved our work when we put him over for his debut in WWF from 97.
What a great guy. That's so
Love you, Kenny.
What a guy.
Oh, my God. Is that not sexual harassment? Is that not?
No.
This is sexual
assault.
Here we go. So yeah, Road Dogg defeated Goldust, who was with the Blue Meanie and Ryan Shamrock.
Really weird time. So we just seen the Public Enemy in the feud with the Brood. Public Enemy with big in ECW in '96. Went to WCW in '97. Came over here and lasted about 4 or 5 months in WWF. They had a match with the APA where Farouk and Bradshaw just beat the shit out of them, basically, and then they came back. But the Blue Meanie was part of the BWO. We watched that thing from '97, was it? 2 years ago? BWF was so over, but it's so weird to see. I don't remember him in the WWF at all.
What are we watching?
It's JR.
Russo TV. Oh, it's so sad to see JR like this. He shouldn't have been on TV.
I know. He was not okay. Yeah, this was a tough time. This was a tough time. He was obviously not well health-wise.
But it's weird that they, given, you know, I mean, you can look at him and know he's not that well. Dr. Death is so old here as well. Again, Dr.
Death was so old here.
He was supposed to be a big monster heel for Stone Cold to beat, and then he got battered in the Brawl for All, if you remember that.
So can we just talk about how you see Sable's weave? Can we just talk about Sable's weave on the thing behind her right now? What is happening?
I hadn't thought of that. Sable's gone heel, by the way, I think, around this time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
This is the grand for all the men who paid to see me and all the women who wished
I see a lion. What's going on?
There was a lot going on.
They're calling mankind an animal whilst he's selling Chef Boyardee meat.
At this time, I would buy. Chef Boyardee? No, we didn't have it in the UK. No.
Okay, so I didn't like the ravioli. My youngest sister loved the ravioli. She used to call it rapinolis when we were little, and then I loved the beefaroni. And like my parents.
This is beaver cleavage. Right, let me try.
Oh my god! Perfect.
This is so hard. The WWE get rid of Smith in there. But the thing was, right, she was beautiful woman. She wasn't that hot. But I mean, you know what I mean? She wasn't like, I was getting clips of Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson this time was 21 or 22, and she's with the NWO. I'm like, good Lord, she's a bombshell.
Oh, 100%.
Sable just looks like...
Look how good Ivory looks. She's in amazing shape.
And she's
ready. And I was just saying, she can put on a clinic. Okay.
I saw Jordan Grace getting shit on Twitter this week because she has an OnlyFans account. And I'm just
make that money, baby. Make that money.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, like, I haven't subscribed. It's $20 if you want to. Let me know how it is. I haven't. I don't know what you see. But, you know, people like Sable were, you know, selling to Playboy and no one had an issue with it, right? So, like, what's the problem? Right. Like, this is just a modern version, surely. Like, do you think? And you get to keep all the money. So, well, except for the cut that OnlyFans take, but, you know, whatever.
How over is Sable Higg? And she does nothing.
Thank you, JJ.
So many women did it as well. Like,
by the way, Jordan Grace, she released something. It was basically, was it what film was it where the girl came out wearing the do you remember PMS, Pretty Mean Sisters?
Of course.
Just thinking that. Vince likes the idea of PMS. God damn it. They've got to be heels. Why? Fucking women. PMS. Oh my God. How did they get away with this stuff? Really?
I don't know. Whatever top Terry's wearing, though, I need that. Where'd she get it from?
Lacey, we've got to get you one of those. What do you reckon?
I need it.
I assumed you had one.
Me too. Shit, but this one's like, look at it.
Wow, Snapmare by Sable. See, she's telling you, look, I can wrestle. Snapmare, then.
I've got it. There's a crowd. There's a sign in the crowd that just says "Get naked." There it is. The bright yellow one. Right,
Michael Hamflett, Raw in 1999, just stank of jizz.
Yeah, totally. What is happening?
They went for a sunset flip. That was
trying horrendous. To wrestling. They're trying to do some wrestling.
Yeah. The only two women in this building right now that can wrestle are Ivory and Jacqueline.
Yep.
That is it.
Well, I want to say that the only people that the only Instagram DMs I get are Lisa emailing me. There you go. The thrust is a must. It's Lisa sending me stories or posts of wrestling, whether it be divas or otherwise. The message here, it's Lacey sending me Jamie here. Not mad at it. Not mad at it. No one else sends me anything. You're like,
it's okay.
Oh, here's the stalker fan.
Tori.
She's supposed to say hello.
Oh,
That's... So we went from this is Tori, who'd only just debuted, I want to say, like a month earlier. No, a couple of weeks earlier.
Sable has grinded 3 times tonight, guys.
Right, that's what I mean. That's what you think. What am I doing? But there's no real... It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Oh, wow. Tori really can't throw a punch. Wow. Bless her.
She can break Kane's heart, the bitch.
So we saw this, right? And then you realize how good she's... Okay, fourth grind.
I mean, when they're that good, you just got to keep doing it.
Fifth grind.
Said she can break Kane's heart. Yeah. Why is it so funny?
I'm still mad about it.
know.
Okay? I'm still mad about it.
I am too. I haven't gotten over it.
So Sable then, she's supposed to be a heel. How does grinding to a very, I was going to say, thirsty crowd? You're not going to get booed. It's weird.
He's not giving it to him, so, you know. Boo.
It's just so
boo you and your titties.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Listen, did you like my meme of like Shawn Michaels on the zip wire when she changed her status to single?
I hate you.
I thought you'd like that.
No, it was funny. You know, I know you hate Sean.
I know
you hate Sean, so I know where it's coming from.
I don't hate Sean. No, I did. Look, I like the fact all the guys I like, FTR, Punk, everyone buries him. It's brilliant.
Leave him alone. Shawn Michaels is wonderful.
Hey, look, I nothing Sean, but I love Brett. And again, Brett is always right.
Here we go. This, as my father would say, with this bullshit.
Bullshit.
Brett too.
Alexander, stop with your bullshit.
Bullshit. But my thing is,
why is he the Iron Sheik?
I don't know. That's how he talks. What
the Hulk Hogan?
No, Peter be like, he says that's some bullshit. Anyway, my thing is,
I had that
people
CD.
Are always like,
I had that CD.
That CD, Sam Goody. Oh my God!
That was the best one. That and the 4. That was 3, I think.
My God, what a time! No, but what we're saying is, I always hate when people are like, "Oh, Brett or Sean, why do I have to choose? I don't want to, and I'm not going to. Leave me alone." Shit.
Would you like beef? Would you like steak or chicken, sir? You know, I don't have to choose. What are you talking about? The little look to the
camera. Shut up. They're not the same.
Man, I love The Rock in this era.
Yeah, he was like really
cool. 2000 is a little too, I don't know, just... The thing was, right, so by the mid-late 97, The Rock was my guy, and I kind of picked him as my favourite. But then the problem is then, a bit like if you have a band that are kind of underground and they go real mainstream, you think, I liked you before everyone else was cheering you on.
Right there, exactly that.
And by 2000, it's like, oh, The Rock's my guy. No,
he's not. So my thing is, I don't necessarily think if it's, I don't try to be so against things that are popular, but then when, like you're saying, like when they become so popular, it's just like, it's annoying after.
Like I'll give you an example, Lissy. At the minute, the missus will do Wordle every day, and everyone talks about it on the office. So because they do it, I can't do it. Because
I don't do it because everyone's obsessed with it. And I'm just like, again, it's not because I'm anti the cool stuff. It's just when people big up things like that, it just makes you feel a little bit put off on it. That's my opinion.
Exactly.
I just like doing it. Like, I just enjoy doing it. I don't actually share it on or anything. Like, I'll sometimes send it to Nicole if she's doing it as well. But like,
yeah, but
to do it.
People, it's become like a cult.
And if you've done it today, you'll understand why.
Okay, JJ, my best friend literally sent me the Wordle at like, I think it was like 12:30 or 1 a.m. Like, I think he just couldn't wait to do it. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is enough. I'm tired of this shit. It's just too much.
Tired of this bullshit.
This bullshit.
The next step up, boys, is Quordle. 4 of them in a quad. 9 guys. Answer all 4.
Wow, there's a lot going on. I don't know if I can make it if there's going to be a portal.
How did we get onto this? What did I miss? I don't know what's happening.
It's okay. You're fine. We're just watching The Rock versus Mankind.
I always thought it was really weird, The Rock's choice for a tie around this time. I think he got...
I was going to say, what is he wearing?
But he had this for about 2-3 months.
But it's not even brand new.
Paul White. Is that Paul White? No, that's not Paul White. I said the wrong word. What's this guy's name? The referee?
Tim White.
Tim White. There you go.
Timmy White.
The ref.
Timmy White.
Tim White.
But yeah, The Rock dressing like he's about to go for a jog.
I know. And then Tim White, who was also the handler / road manager for the late great Andre the Giant.
Yeah. He was Andre's basically like a chaperone.
He was his right hand. Yeah.
Which is cool.
I love that. And he specifically asked for him too, which is nice. Makes you feel loved. But yeah. The Rock, I don't know what the fuck he was wearing at this time. It wasn't even Adidas. It was like this two.
That's what really threw me off. It was like down in the UK, right? You get this really shit knockoff stuff down the market, like Del Boy would sell. And it gave us poor kids hope, thinking, "Oh, if The Rock's wearing that type of stuff, maybe no one else will pay it."
So I think it might have. I think
he was thinking of poor kids all around the world.
Yeah, his mum couldn't afford to buy him Adidas, so
The Rock was branded by High Tech in 1999.
Well, no, I think is it like a trademark copyright type of sort of issue where like he probably couldn't wear it on air or whatever at the time.
I don't think so. Maybe you could be right. I'm not sure.
I wanted to see him hit the elbow. Not gonna lie.
These two had such great chemistry. Again, you think the people Mick Foley made between 98 or even like 96 and 2000, because he had the great series with Taker in 96, 97 as Dude Love. He had the great series with Triple H. In 98, he was the first big run when Stone Cold was champion. I think
many people.
They headlined Over the Edge. They headlined Unforgiven together.
And then this year was The Rock.
It's funny because
he had 3 matches on pay-per-view. The Rock, Roll,
and then he got Triple H over, didn't he?
And then Triple H. And then you could even say like Randy Orton in 2004 when he came back.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, in my formative years as a wrestling fan, all the stars that were there, my favorite was always Foley.
Because these are like very valid points, and I always think back on this time, and I'm like, Foley used to just get the shit kicked out of him and make everybody look so good. So he was essentially putting all these guys over because he didn't care. He just wanted to be out there wrestling, doing his, the crazy shit that he loved to do and entertaining people. He didn't necessarily need to be winning all the time.
Watch it.
Oh, he's on.
The Rock was look at Michael Cole. God, he looks so young.
What's wrong with you?
I love the King. Listen to him.
Who qualified him? Michael Cole.
Michael Cole.
But I'm saying around this time, like again, you're right. Foley was so selfless, which is why everyone loves him.
Yes.
Again, in a world where, in a wrestling world, where everyone's like, worried about their spot, brother. There's no ego. It seems like no ego with Mick Foley. He's like, hey, beat me. Don't worry about it.
The thing is,
he just wanted to be out there.
The thing is, when you were 10 or 11 watching this, you didn't understand it at the time, but you still just connected with that character on a certain level where you just loved him and the crazy shit that he did.
And Foley was one of the guys. Remember when after what happened with Brett, he didn't turn up to Raw the day after because he was so disgusted. Yeah, Mick Foley is a Bret Hart guy.
So yes.
And Bret Hart.
I need to find the video of you two saying, I think it's about 50 minutes in from last week, JJ, don't leave me hanging. JJ.
I know. I was like, don't leave me hanging, JJ. JJ, it's happening right now. Let's go, big dog.
I need to go back and clip that up. You guys had some fun last Sunday. Oh, poor Tim.
Did you watch the bits that you missed, Jack?
I've not had time yet. Today's my first day off since.
There was some gold.
Oh my God. Two things. I would have gone mental at Regal's debut.
Yeah.
After Danielson.
The way I did.
But Punk having Mysterio Kantare. Oh my God.
That went over our heads, to be honest.
Oh my God. I can't believe people were banging the guardrails.
Punk having what? Sorry?
His ROH music.
Oh, yeah. No, we cut that.
No, we caught
as soon as I went back and I found that goosebumps straight away, and I had to go back and watch it. And
JJ, goosebumps.
I
can't it's who's this big dude? Oh, it's a big show.
This is Timmy White's brother, Paul White.
You guys, you just struggled on that apron.
One of the best things about it, this in '99 was, remember, he debuts, I think, 3 weeks earlier, and The Rock's disgusted at him turning up. Vin, hey, big time. Who is this Rudy Poo candy ass? Hey, big time, you are 3 seconds away. And The Rock means 3 seconds away from kicking your monkey ass all over Tacoma. I don't know where Tacoma is, but I just remember him saying it at the time.
It's in Washington.
Just kicking your monkey ass, like to the Big Show. The Big Show's what, 7'2"?
We looked up someone the other day. Who did I look up the other day who was from Tacoma, Washington? Huh? Swerve, there you go.
But The Rock said, I'm going to kick you. Hey, big time, get out of here.
And let's just say about Swerve's match on Rampage last night, I can't say anything because these guys have not watched it.
I don't care. I don't watch Rampage.
Sorry, I did. I had it on, but I had the Vikings. I had it on my laptop, and I had the Vikings show on the TV. But yeah.
Swerve was second best.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's
do you think
listen,
TK
a
is
lot of hours
of
wrestling on a Friday?
Do you think
Swerve comes to Lissy's house and says, whose house? It's the Vikings' house. Sorry, Swerve.
Say nothing.
Do you think TK is building this roster so he's going to split them into ROH and AEW?
I have no idea. I wouldn't want to speculate.
You miserable bastards. Get off this show then.
I just don't know what's going to happen, and I can't see.
I don't want to speculate. You're not in Parliament.
Okay, let me say, I cannot see a way that having a regularly running ROH like weekly show, whether it's on TV, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Fight, whatever, I can't see how it becomes anything other than like a C show and just gets the shit that can't get onto, not the shit, okay, so the people that can't get onto AEW proper, like their shows on a regular basis. And that's not what I want for ROH. So cool, if they like, run, quarterly shows or something like that, amazing. Got the tape library. I think that's the most important thing for him, but I can't see a way that like regularly running shows run by Tony Khan, who runs a rival promotion, who have a big TV anyway, works out. So I just don't think about it and trust it, that good thing that they'll do the right things with it. That's all. Those are my thoughts.
Oh my God, Kane's just shot fire at China. Shots fired.
In the eyes. No, JJ, I think you're right. I think if they can maintain some level of autonomy for ROH and, do their own
tour. Do you mean when Cody goes and starts running it?
Say it again?
Do you mean when Cody starts taking Ring of Honor in 3 weeks?
Sure. Like if they can maintain some level of autonomy and keep doing the things that they're doing, I think that would be cool, right? And then you can see like the different like call-ups where it's like, again, if ROH is that developmental, sorry for comparing, but like the NXT.
Are you apologizing to her?
No, I'm just saying like I don't want to compare because the products are very different. And I don't necessarily think it's fair to compare AEW and WWE just because like they're just night and day at this point, right? Sure. Here's Gold Dust.
But I think, sorry, go on. Karen.
No, go ahead, JJ, go ahead.
Well, I think like Dark and Dark Elevation are kind of like their NXT. They're like the young guys that they're developing, that they're working with, that they don't think are necessarily ready for TV yet. So like, where does ROH really fit into that? I don't know.
It's different. It's different, but also like, excuse me, I think we talked about this the other day where we're like, we see all these women's wrestlers in AEW and they're 50 and 2 whatever. And we're like, where have they been wrestling? We don't see them.
Right, okay, so on that point, Scorpio Sky's unbeaten in 364 days. I haven't seen him.
We've not seen him
I've seen him getting his
in...
ass kicked by Darby Allin and Sting.
It's not a slight to Scorpio Sky, but it's just like, where has he been wrestling? Not on TV. Man has not wrestled on TV. We see him in the club seating. We see him in the box seating with Dan Lambert and with Ethan Page, but we don't see him wrestling on the Wednesday or Friday shows. So it's kind of interesting when they bill him as undefeated in a year, because where has he been? So,
ironically, I'm undefeated in the last year on AEW television, so
I hate you. It's true. Whoa! Chaos!
So that match lasted all of... Entrances were, 14, maybe 3 minutes, and then... Good angle, that's quite clever.
Revenge!
I love the kids in there going, yeah, fucking go.
The kids on the front row with the WWF.
Yeah. The classic
did they have a match at WrestleMania 15? Is that right?
I don't know.
AJ, you are our WrestleMania 15
Triple H and Kane?
match listing person.
Yeah, Kane with China defeated Triple H.
Kane with China?
Yeah.
Oh, look at him. Got them tights made especially. Nothing says fuck you like crotch chopping. Yeah, just can never get on board with Triple H.
I could.
Do you know what? I remember, okay, I mean, again, this is probably more thanks to Foley, but, you know, those, I just remember those Channel 4 pay-per-views that we always fucking talk about, but it always just felt like a massive, massive match when he came out to his music and spitting the water over. I was like, okay, we're in for a good time for the next half an hour.
Big fight feel, I believe, is the term you could choose.
Yeah.
To be fair, like, this is a really well done angle.
Yes, agreed.
You look back and think that's really clever. If this was done in 2022, it would be lauded everywhere.
Yeah. I believed it was gold dust.
On that note, right, did you see with the lights down low on the start? We bought, no one else will find this interesting, we bought him like one of those, not a projector, but he puts like stars and shapes. Do you mean turn the lights out? It's like little.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he thinks it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, amazing.
He was there last night. She messaged him saying, "You have to come in here," because he's just there smiling and staring at the wall. Like,
that's so cute.
It was it's so sad.
Bob Holly's here to start on JR.
It's so sad to see JR. Like,
you're gonna put a sick man on TV and then
why? I think it's such.
Bob Holly.
I hate to see JR like this. Why would you put him on TV? He's really not well.
So,
oh my God, the fish tank's gone.
Fun fact, since Bob Holly's on the screen, I don't know if you heard about this, Jack. When they bought the package for Jeff Hardy's theme music, AEW, when they bought the package that included Jeff Hardy's theme music, it also came with Bob Holly's theme music.
No one cares.
This is part of it. So, you know, they've got it there ready. If Bob Holly ever has a match,
let's go.
Ever has an appearance there, it's ready to go.
But also, does anyone just know what Bob Holly's music is? Like, can you just hear it in your head right now? I can't. That sounds like every wrestling song ever. Thanks.
Look, when that hits, yeah, that place is gonna come unglued,
crashing.
Is it just me? Oh wow, you fucking saw that door. I anything that means Matt Hardy's going to be on TV longer, I have no interest in. I'm so bored of him.
Look, do you know what? If it's Hardy Boys stuff, I appreciate, like, I've seen everything they're ever going to do, but look, Hardy Boys versus the Bucks versus FTR, cool. And
when you say Hardy Boys, right, I just remember there was, I think it was, I still can't believe like the Iconics got dropped by WWE. I would watch their stuff because I thought they were hilarious.
Mad.
And there's one where one of them, I think it's Billy Kay's talking to Jeff Hardy backstage, going, Hardy boy, yeah.
I love Billy Kay. She's
I love
so
all that.
funny.
It was great. Loved all that stuff. Yeah, Hardy boys. So when I hear that now,
she's so funny. Billy Kay is hilarious.
They would be one of the only reasons I'd watch Impact.
And Jordan Grace. Is it obvious that I'm in love with Jordan Grace, or is that
you like it? You like
you hinted at it.
You like a little bit of thickness. You're coming around to my way of thinking, JJ. You like a little bit of thickness. You like not quite Jamie here, but
I don't. You know,
what about our favourites?
I don't categorize women into boxes. You know.
Oh, fuck off! Don't talk like that. Like, I don't think of people like that, Jack.
It's a nice little
Jack,
kitty. Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty.
Say hi. Say hi. Mean girl.
Jack, say hi to her.
See, you are playing a stereotype right now, and it ain't.
I know.
Just me at home with my cat, watching wrestling.
Single spinster woman lives alone with her cat.
Anyway, at Lissy Almeida, if you want to take her away from this cat life.
Don't. Just
cat
don't.
mom.
I don't want to be taken away.
You don't need any more strange people sliding into her DMs, Jack. Don't do it, sir.
Speaking of watching, the FDR are going to be facing the American Wolves in June in Braintree, I believe. So, dream match. Anyway, Shane O'Mac in the back.
No idea what you just said.
Good.
Braintree.
Lissy did. Braintree.
Wait, is it Braintree? When?
Check Dax Howard's socials. It's all over there.
Oh, really? That's right by Boston.
Braintree was a big ROH place back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, like that's right by. It's like 10 minutes from.
Are they actually having a parking lot street fight? Oh, is Shane going to throw those right?
Those cans.
He went for a spinning heel kick and missed him, and he still sold it.
Braintree is in Essex. I don't know where you are talking about.
Here's the mean
Braintree
process.
is in Essex.
So JJ and Jack, I want you guys to know that you may not know this, but the Northeast, most of the Northeast of the US is called New England. So everywhere from there is named after a place in England. So obviously Boston, Manchester, we have Manchester, we have...
Is Manchester in New Hampshire?
Manchester, New Hampshire, yep. We have...
Boston, Massachusetts.
That's where I'm from, God's country.
Massachusetts.
So we have Essex, we have Suffolk County, we have like all of the old names. So
it's funny because Boston, the original Boston in Lincolnshire,
is
like
a
tiny little village that like I mean, you know, I can say this because I have family from Boston in Lincolnshire. No one cares about it. No one cares about it. It's like, it's so
and guess what?
unimportant.
No one cares about the Boston that I'm from either.
No, I mean, it has like some of the most lauded schools in the fucking world.
John Cena says that you are talking lies.
You're from there, and apparently it's an awesome city. So
and Ducky's from there too. Ducky's
such a random. They've just chosen such a random place name. That's what I'm trying to get across here.
Yeah, it is.
A significant city in the United States.
So
anyway, JJ, look, you can tell they're all middle upper class because they're wearing sweater vests.
We've glossed over this, but I love the Mean Street Posse.
I love them. Pete, Rodney, come on.
And you know, they had like no training. They were like, they were just like.
That's a myth, by the way.
Okay, they did eventually, but when they first came in, they had no training.
As opposed to Shane McMahon that had been in wrestling school for 3 years.
He'd been in wrestling since he was born.
Those empty rights and lefts, so painful.
There's Paul White on the screen. Did you guys see that?
This was the corporation.
Did you guys spot that? It had Paul White. I mean, is that okay? Was that a thing? I just always assumed it was called The Big Show.
No, it wasn't called The Big Show for about 3 or 4 months.
Test.
Okay,
look
fine.
at
right.
Test. Ken Shamrock in the.
Test was the enforcer because you remember he was originally the bodyguard of Motley Crue. God, Shamrock was in phenomenal shape.
Look at the Boss Man. I love that the Boss Man always does his little tricks.
I think we can just spend 30 seconds talking about how great Shamrock is, crop it up, and tag him on Instagram and get more nice messages from him. Hey guys, listen, Shamrock there, like you see him there with Tess and Big Boss Man. They've been there for a while, and Shamrock just looks like an absolute star. And look in what incredible shape he's in. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Speaking of
I can't do
on a more relevant 2022, stop it. On a more relevant 2022 stage, he has a bare knuckle fighting league down here in Miami, which I am definitely going to check out.
And you can say, hey, thanks for your nice message to my podcast.
Yes. Oh my God, JJ, put it right here. Come on. Whoop.
You should just disgrace anyway. And you hear like Varuk and Bradshaw were both really against it, and it turned out the best career move they ever did.
They were both really what?
They were against being like acolytes and having weird writing on their chest. Again, Ron Simmons was I think he's a Heisman Trophy winner. He was a linebacker at Florida State, right? He was a big time football star, college football star. He was world champion, and now I'm just like an acolyte. I'm a henchman. And he needed convincing. And
there's a
became the
APA. Respect.
I saw a few days ago, and I love JBL for many reasons, but he posted JBL. Something to the effect of they asked him to attend or have an appearance at some show, and he's like, "Is Ron going to be there?" And they said yes, and he's like, "Yeah, anywhere that Ron is, I am." So it just kind of shows that like they've maintained that friendship over all of this time, which is nice. And they're kind of like, I think they built like a really good brotherhood at that time too.
You hear both Arn Anderson and Tony Schiavone around WCW in the 90s when the Steiners were the team between like 90 and 93 before they went up north. They would rib everyone. And the one guy they wouldn't touch was Ron Simmons. And I think Arn Anderson said, Ron, why don't they do anything? Because I'm unfuckwithable. Okay, fair enough.
Jack,
unfuckwithable.
Jack.
So I think in wrestling, right?
You don't know yet. You don't know.
Well,
FTR. They sacked Tully.
What?
They sacked him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Breaking news.
Jack,
why did they sack Tully?
On his ear. Jack, you don't know. They put him on his ear. They said, "You're fired." Just so chill.
This is what happened, right? Basically, he was like, "No, you're part of MJF's crew. You need to take care of him." They were like, "No, we want to go after tag team gold." He was like, "No, that's not why you're here." And they went, "You know what? Get out, bitch." And they're gone solo. Got rid of Tully.
I mean, the Pinnacle has been one of the biggest plot holes in AEW for about a year now. I think this past week was the anniversary of him creating the Pinnacle.
Yeah.
And it's not been TK's biggest star.
I'm sorry. Did you really like associate them with that though? Because I feel like they were two separate groups. It was always Wardlow,
Wardlow, Spears, and MJF, and then FTR were there if they needed like a match. Somebody's actually doing a match.
Hold on. I said Wardlow, one of the most handsome men in wrestling, with MJF and with the chairman, right? Mm-hmm. It was like two separate groups. And then with Tully and FTR. So they came together when they needed to, but like I wasn't like, oh my God, the Pinnacle either. I wasn't like super sold on it. So
and never chase too strong.
Are you okay?
Some my song puppets.
He's still got the strut. He's got a beard soaked suit, and he's lost his shirt, and he's still doing the belly strut.
What is happening? Oh my God, no shirt.
Cause you got no chance, no chance in hell.
It's so weird to see Vince become what he is now. Like that interview with Pat McAfee, and he's got like the trainers on and the mumble speech, and just you doing it.
He was more lucid and like put together than I expected him to be. Like I've seen clips of him with like Austin Theory backstage, whatever, like on Raw and stuff, and you just can't stand him. I could actually understand words he was saying, so
that's good.
Good for him.
Vince, you silly bastard.
Good for you, big guy.
Line
good
that
for
will
you.
Last forever.
Why he should retire though, right? You're 76. You've earned your money. Just chill out. Have some time with the grandkids.
I want him to have a match. I want him to go coast to coast.
You are a sick freak, John Jacobs.
What's the worst that could happen?
He dies. He breaks a hip.
Okay, all right.
Okay, but also speaking of dire break a hip, Sting, who I love, you guys.
Oh my God.
Like, that was scary.
He did the Jeff Hardy MSG spot. He did the Jeff Hardy MSG
it was scary. It was. And I'm sure that they've prepared him and stuff like that. It's just, man is 62. Like, right? Like, it's too much.
That pay-per-view went long, right? I was up until 6 a.m. and I had to be up at 7 to take the kids to nursery, right? And we were sitting there going, God, just get this match over with so we can watch the main event and I can go to bed. And I was like, 5 minutes this match, please.
With that mentality.
And it was a 17-minute match, and I loved every fucking second of it.
We walked into that, we're like, oh, this is gonna be a quick one, whatever, like no big deal. And then it quickly became one of the highlights of the night because of those Sting spots, which I totally get. And I don't want to like
the Sammy spot on the Titan. It was just crazy. The whole thing was just mad.
Like it just
it ended on a missed coffin drop. Anyway, sorry.
By the way, we have 15 minutes from the end of this Raw, and we've probably seen about 4 minutes worth of wrestling.
Oh my God. Vintage 1990.
I was just thinking back when
I saw home show for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right?
Billy Gunn versus Road Dogg. They had a cool few spots and then running. Triple H, Goldust versus Kane. It was Triple H. Kane, it was Shane O'Mac against X-Pac in the parking lot. Mean Street Posse ran off. The Rock versus Mankind. That was probably the DQ. Corporation against DX. No contest. Bro, people don't care about finishes. They don't care. Okay.
Who are you trying to talk like?
Vince Russo.
Oh.
Bro. I can't do an American accent. Sorry, Lisa, I'm from England. Don't be gel.
Bro.
She's so jealous. You wish you were English.
Wow. The Rock. Listen.
Oh, man, that's a suit. That's a shirt, baby.
Talk about carrying this show.
And, right, okay. Ric Flair was The Rock's favorite growing up. The Rock's, 27 here? So if you go back to 12 years ago, what's that? He's 15. The 80s, peak niche. That's how Flair would carry the world title. And he said that's how he got it from. And I always loved that. Carry the title. Like Austin had carry the belt by the end of it and just drag it along. No. Carry it like a world title.
Well, I think it's carry it like that or wear it around your waist.
No, it is.
People don't wear the belt anymore. It's a fucking belt. Wear the belt.
It's a title.
Yeah.
Not a title. It's a championship.
Yeah, but like that's what it's there for. It's the it's the belt. It's the strap.
The strap.
Where do you wear those? Around your waist. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm old school.
You ain't sorry.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not.
You stick by your words. Yeah, exactly. But
thank you.
But again, the Rock shirt game in '99 was tremendous. I'd love to know where. And you know as well, the King ended up with most of these because the Rock would never want to wear a shirt again. Again, Flair would never wear the same suit twice on TV.
I mean, this just reminds me of just reminds me of the Flame shirt that you could get off any market store for £5 as a kid.
But okay, so you guys need to know the backstory, and maybe you don't know it. I know that Paul White is coming out, and that's very exciting, but no one cares. So The Rock, obviously. No, so The Rock is from Miami. Obviously, he grew up in Hawaii and other places, but he's from Miami, right?
Miami Hurricane,
yeah, like exactly. Like so, in Miami, this style was extremely prevalent at that time. Also, you guys don't know, Rock used to wear all of like the Versace shirts, and Versace was based, his home base before he got killed was in Miami, and there's a Versace mansion in Miami that is now a restaurant. So that was a really big part of The Rock's persona, is the strings of being from here with those flowy button-up shirts. You see him wear like a lot of like silk and white and stuff like that. Like that was all in part of being from Miami at that time. So That is
the like, you know,
explanation.
You can hang out on the beach in it, right? You know, unbuttoned, you're chilling, and then when it gets chillier later at night, you button it up, you're all right, you know.
Pull them up. Yeah,
you could say, you know, all night on the beach till the break of dawn.
Till the break of dawn.
Is that a song?
Say it.
It sounds like it sounds like it should be a song.
What do you mean?
It just sounds like a song.
It's a song.
What?
Oh, sorry. There's a Cape Verdean song that says that. I don't think you guys.
There's a Will Smith song called Miami with those exact
lyrics, but don't worry about it.
And Benny,
all night.
Yeah, so like
till the break of dawn.
I bought a bootleg version. I bought a bootleg version of that cassette from Bradford Market in like 1998. So
good time.
Yeah, so like,
and you got this shirt as a complimentary gift.
Yeah, but like if you see The Rock at this time, he was 100% Miami, which I love.
We all do.
And he was channeling Vince with the slacks as well, because they were always like much bigger than they should.
Listen, isn't it funny that 3 weeks ago we were like, oh my God, we're getting a Vince McMahon match, we're getting an Austin match, we're getting Cody Rhodes, all happening at WrestleMania. Vince ain't happening. Stone Cold is just doing the shit he usually does, running out and a talk show segment and giving a stunner. And Cody, if he doesn't show up on Monday, it ain't happening. So by the time this comes out, we'll know.
I did like other thing that Cody's lost his leverage. Like Cody had no leverage. Let's be honest. Come on.
Cody had no leverage. Cody, you better run back to your boy Big T and beg for that job back.
I just imagine as well when Cody goes, "Hey, you want to hire my wife?" Goddamn, pal. No, I don't. Oh, okay.
No, I don't. Goodbye.
Poor Brandy. Poor Brandy.
Poor Brandy, or not? I don't know.
Look at the signs. Look at the old flash bulbs as well.
Love it. Oh yeah, the old school. Listen, imagine getting that shot on your camera. Like, we're so desensitized and we're so spoiled now because we have unlimited access to stuff. But I also think that we all three of us, and hopefully the viewer group that we have, we grew up in a time where, like we say, if you weren't there when it started, you missed that beginning of the show, right? Yeah. Right? Like, if you that on camera, this is a Monday, on Tuesday morning, you're going to drop that proper roll of film off to your local drugstore, pharmacy, whatever, to get developed, and you pick it up in a week. Like that was so cool. And we don't even know it.
I had a situation this morning where my internet wasn't working, right? It wasn't connecting to the TV. We'd had a power cut in the night, whatever. Internet wasn't working. So I couldn't just switch on Netflix and put on the exact program that my 2-year-old son wanted to watch. So I just put on the kids' cartoon TV channel. And he was like, no, I don't want to watch this show. I want this show. I'm like, buddy, right now you don't get to choose. So
that's what you
can watch this.
You would watch whatever cartoons were on Saturday morning and you will like it.
Right.
Yes.
And it's like the ad, like if he's watching proper TV, the adverts come on, he's like, no. Like, no,
because they're not used to it.
Because he's just used to Netflix, where it's like, boom, next episode, boom, next episode, boom, next episode. Through. Just chooses the show he wants to watch, and that's it.
No, that's such a good point. It's like we used to sit through commercials. We had to you had to be in a place and time, or it never was relevant to you again because you couldn't see it. So I think there wasn't
scrolling through Twitter to see what's going on and see what's there, right? Yes. Search for the event and photos, and people at like 500,000 people recording it.
Like today, for example, Jack, you don't need to watch Raw because you can go on.
Nobody needs to watch Raw this week. Come on.
No, again, but you know what I'm saying.
You should watch the opening match from Raw this week, but
Chad Gable was overrated anyway. So.
But you don't need to because you can catch up on the socials.
I'll just quit the show.
Yeah, but it's just I think we're that last generation of the first 10, 15 years of our lives. If you didn't catch something, it was over. So we still have that appreciation for it. Where now kids they will never know what it means to hold that remote control and be like, we're not changing the channel because if we do, we could miss something cool. So it's fun.
I remember dialing a premium rate number to select the song that I wanted to watch on the music video channel, and then sitting there and waiting until that song came on. For fuck's sake.
Yes.
What were we doing?
Remember, I don't know if you guys, obviously I think you probably did have this, but like you would ring up your local radio station and request a song.
Yeah, of course.
And you'd be like, hey, I want to listen to I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys.
Absolute banger. Because I like the song. That's why.
Yeah. Listen. You're sitting there by the radio and you're like, oh shit, they're playing this because I rang them up, even though probably like a million people did. But that was fine. Yeah.
Oh.
So I think this would lead to a match between the Big Show and Mankind. If I remember correctly, Big Show versus Mankind at WrestleMania, with the winner refereeing the world title match. Ooh. I'm pretty sure my cousin had the VHS.
You are correct. Yep, that's why.
Yeah, we tried to get. So I got the Royal Rumble and Backlash VHSs from '99. He had St. Valentine's Day Massacre and WrestleMania. Again, kids have no idea the struggle.
No idea.
If we want to watch them all, I can't afford to buy them all. How about you get these? I get these. We'll watch them all on like the weekend.
Yeah.
We meet up.
That's so smart. Can we talk about how brilliant Mick Foley was? I know we talked about him earlier, but just so brilliant. Just took that regular shirt and just spray painted the ref lines in the black down. Like he always his wardrobe was so simple, but extremely effective. And I think that's what appealed to the common people, because it's
the common man, if you will, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Think about it. I know you're a big fan of the girls.
He personalized things on a budget.
Exactly. And we wish we could have done that.
We do.
If I spray painted a shirt, my mom would kill me.
I love him. I put that over. I love the guy.
I do. Well, I love him, honestly. We don't appreciate what he did for the business by putting over so many guys.
I do.
And being most people, because it's a level of unselfishness that, Jack was talking about this earlier. Like, he didn't care. Now people just want to be like over, and they want to be in the limelight. You didn't understand that, like, being that second guy was a big deal. But also, Jack, you're not going to love this, but Hunter was also that type of guy, not always through the reign of terror, but in the time with The Rock and Austin, he was that good third man with them. JJ, are you okay?
Yeah, I just disagree. But Foley's still like, right?
What did Hunter do?
I said that
I was good.
No, in these upcoming years, these were his coming of age years, right? Where, he was a part of the feud, but Rock and Austin were the two big stars at that time. He was a very solid
to bury people yet. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, he was a very solid third man.
Yeah, exactly.
In this time. He was. He was. And same thing with like Kurt Angle and with Mick Foley. Like, they were the five of them. They really built the company at that time.
I was gonna say as well, like, Foley is still just like, he's just always been like so genuine in himself. Like, so even genuine. Now, right? Like, the stuff that he says on social media and things like that, it's like, he's not just like a kiss ass to Vince and whatever, even though he obviously has that as like,
he keeps it real.
He wants the best for everyone and for everything. He wants, it's like a rising tide raises all boats. He just wants the best for all of the companies and all of the people that work hard. Like, that's all he wants.
100%.
He hates seeing, talented people get sent out on their ass, and, he wants people to be doing good things. That's all it is. He's just a nice guy. It's just hard to find in this industry at times.
Yeah, I think
hard to find in life, JJ.
In life, I was gonna say in life, like, just overall, I know you guys are on my close friends and stuff, and I'm always sharing things about like being kind. And I feel like Mick Foley embodies that for the wrestling industry. It's just be kind, he never gets on socials and talks anything like badly about wrestlers. Like he's always putting
he hypes everyone else up. Like I've seen this guy do this, or this one was brilliant.
Yeah. Like, and I think that that's really nice because he always has something good to say. So I think more people should take a page out of his book.
Or let's say, as my parents used to say, if you got nothing, as my gran would say, if you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Fuck off. Oh, okay.
Nothing at all.
I'm quite enjoying this match where like
this is really good.
is the babyface fighting from underneath against the the tree that
Big Show.
Yeah.
And Big Show says like he credits Austin because when he came to the WF he wasn't like great, and they would run a lot of when they did the European tour loop in like April, they'd always have it on the back of Mania. I think they'd then do one in like October. He said they would work together every night, and Steve would basically beat me up until I fought back because I said it was giving it too easy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pin Mick.
It's a rare situation that you see Austin in, but obviously it makes sense for the size of the two people in the match.
Yeah, they always, I think one thing that they did really well in WWE over the years was capitalize on the David versus Goliath story with Big Show. I think that, I'm like dying. Sorry, I'm joking. JJ, you watch like weekly episodic TV, not like Jack, but they would always do like the Big Show versus Rey Mysterio and like smaller guys. And I think that Big Show is another one that's like very courteous because he used to let people do a lot of shit to him that could get him injured. So it took a lot of faith in those folks to, just go with it and be like, yeah, you're going to take my 7 foot, whatever, 500+ pound body.
100-pound monkey head.
Whatever. Oh, it's happening.
We didn't have SmackDown yet at this point, right? Or did we?
No, not yet.
SmackDown debut in September.
So this is literally the go home show. This is the last thing we see on TV before WrestleMania. All right. Okay. Bit of an underwhelming end, no? Or is it just me?
Yeah, you'd think that they'd have finished with the bass truck as opposed to start with it.
Yeah. Anyway, it kind of doesn't matter what these two they just.
And that was Raw from the 22nd of March, 1999. Let's see what
of the night.
What a night! Obviously, this is the go-home show for WrestleMania, and Lacey is very excited because every year I go to WrestleMania, and I'm excited to see, how things transpire this year. So with this particular show, very exciting. We started with the beer truck. I don't think that you could do anything bigger or more exciting than that. They tried at the end. It was a good match, but are we giving a score? I think it was like.
I can't remember whether you give the score or the grade. It's been a while since we've been on.
I think it started on an A+ and then like shifted downward where like we ended on like a B+.
B+ sounds good. JJ?
I'm going to give it a not applicable. That was not really a show, was it?
John, why do you have to just flout with the system? What's going on
here? I love this.
You're right.
It.
There was an awesome segment to start, and then like
you've got such an element of defiance in you. What's wrong?
What the fuck was the rest of that show? After the beer truck, what happened? Can anyone tell me anything that happened of significance that anyone remembered ever happening?
Triple H came out dressed as Golden and shot like a flame in.
That was cool. You are right. If that happened in 2022, that would be.
We saw Sable do 5 thrusts.
Yeah, and we didn't need any of them actually.
One was enough for me.
Jealousy gets you nowhere, Alessandra.
Did the job. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed that last match. Actually, it was nice to see Austin kind of fighting as the babyface.
Well, we could watch more wrestling, but you guys don't want to watch ages down the NWA anymore. So
I didn't say that. Did I say that? I don't think I said that.
You in one of our last videos, you threw it in my face, like forced me to watch this 80s wrestling shit.
No, the one that I was angry for showing me was like a Raw from like 96, I think, like 80s, fine. Get me back there. Let's get a good theme tune going.
JJ, you're right. I think the 90, honestly, it's sad, but I don't want to correlate this with Hulk Hogan because of whatever, but like Hulk Hogan left the company in 1993 after a lot of ridiculous events. And then 94, 95, and 96, realistically dark times for the company. Obviously, we had a great, Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12 between Brett and Shawn or whatever, but we were losing at that time, and I think it's important to know
bad times.
Yeah, if it was, I mean, Shawn and Brett, like the Dudleys always said that Shawn and Brett do the greatest workers of all time, but nobody was watching them, so it's kind of irrelevant. Like nobody was watching WWF in 1995, and you had Diesel against King Mabel headlining one of the big four pay-per-views, which is just incredible.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, thinking like 10 years along. Yeah, I'd probably give it a C. Maybe C plus. Like they did the job. You want to see Austin with a title on the back of that. He's come out and he's put the owner on his back and swimming in beer and all that stuff. So it's all right. We can probably find some better shows. Nitro around this time is mental. Flair's the president. I don't know, Lisa, you probably saw the stuff I posted in the week of Flair and Goldberg where Flair's just going mental at Goldberg.
Yes, I did. Where he just runs in and he catches him.
Who do you think you are?
David, yeah. And he's chopping him, and Goldberg does the classic no sell. I'm sorry. I know that we've talked about this before. Why aren't we watching that? What's happening?
Why aren't we?
Why aren't we?
First of all, it's a 3-hour show.
It's too long.
JJ has never been a Nitro fan, am I right, John?
I never watched Nitro, so yeah, I don't mind.
Do you want to?
But, yeah, but do people want to watch this for 3 hours?
That's very true. That's why, that's why I used to find the old 45-minute shows as well.
Yeah,
they're better in small doses. So
I agree.
So I'm told.
My wife says too.
Okay.
So, guys, it's WrestleMania season, our favorite season.
Your favorite?
I prefer fall, but okay.
My favorite.
I don't even know what fall is. What am I talking about?
Okay, so I'm going to be there all weekend. We're doing Friday night. We have SmackDown and the Hall of Fame, which I'm very excited for because Undertaker's going in. This is going to be my first Hall of Fame. I feel like Undertaker deserves to go in by himself, but that's a different discussion.
I agree.
And then Saturday we have NXT in the daytime, and then in the
11 a.m. start, right? NXT.
It's a noon start. Yeah, a noon start.
Trying to sell 20,000 tickets with Dolph Ziggler as champion. All right.
Yeah, we're doing our best. I'll be there, and very excited for the ladder match for the North American title. Saturday night one, or WrestleMania Saturday, and then nothing in the day Sunday, but fan stuff, and then
sleeping.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then WrestleMania Sunday, and then Monday, obviously the WrestleMania,
the Raw after WrestleMania,
the whole
the Raw after
residual stuff after WrestleMania, which is cool, that first Monday. And I'm excited to see who debuts and all that stuff. So it's
I gotta say, the last couple of Raws after WrestleMania have been really bad. Just nothing has happened. So I kind of hope they do something. They're so good. They used to be so good, man. I used to love those Raws. What the fuck, crazy shit's gonna happen?
Didn't Brock Lesnar come back in 2012? The Raw after WrestleMania beat down Cena. Right?
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago. Next month.
The hopes are high.
I think I even remember Enzo and Cass coming out on a Raw after WrestleMania. I'd never seen them.
Love them.
These guys are fucking awesome. It's bring some new people, do some new shit, and it's oh hey, yeah, we'll do a promo and a main event that goes to a disqualification. Cool. Thanks for 3 hours of your time.
But they think
God, it's happening.
They think that because that happened, that worked in 2000, 20-minute promo start, and that worked in 99. They've got to keep doing it without realizing you don't have guys as over anymore. People were happy with the 20-minute promo because Triple H would come out and then The Rock would come out and say, your wife's a whore, you suck, I'm the bollocks around here. Yeah,
guys, can we just pause for 1 second because he's from the UK, our country, and I'm really just sad about this because I love Pete Dunne and all the work that he's done in NXT under that name. And they've called him up to, I can't even say it. They've called him up and just completely switched his name and his everything to Butch. It's a lot. Go ahead, JJ.
Can we talk about the look?
Friendly reminder, Progress. You can go on to WWE Network and watch all of Progress's shows. You can watch all of Pete Dunne's incredible matches against the likes of Tyler Bate and other people. You can watch all of this stuff on the network, okay? So if you're not enjoying Butch, just go watch and watch when Pete Dunne was actually fucking good in Progress, because there's some incredible stuff on there, some incredible people. So go watch Progress on the network.
Let's not talk about Progress Wrestling, give them.
Okay, right. They had some bad things happen, but there's still some incredible people that had nothing to do with that and who had some incredible matches. And they've been taken over by, hopefully, people who aren't doing dodgy things. So
and believe women. But yes, you're right. Pete Dunne, very strange. Like, why? What do you think goes through like Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard? When you look at Pete Dunne's thing, too boring? Give him a look. Give him a name.
Boring.
It's not boring. That's the thing.
And Gunther, Walter and Pete Dunne, the two.
They just
bastions.
want to own. They just want to own names, don't they? They can't have them having Pete Dunne. They just need to own this name. They can't have him Walter. They have to own this name.
Like if you're gonna do that, like at least just call him something Dunne or Pete something else. Like
Nearly Done.
We've grown with him. The thing is, like, we've grown with him and like we've grown to love him as Pete Dunne. So it's very hard to watch.
See, for me, I just think it insults fans' intelligence. It's like you've not explained the name change. Like not like he's gone to, I don't know, a cult or he's found a new existence, whatever. It's just that's his name. Why? Because we said so.
Exactly.
Same with Walter, like, whereas fair play to Tony Khan, he's always said, like, I'm not going to ignore things that have happened in other companies or, like, Punk bringing back the old theme music in 2004. Brilliant.
No, that was cool. That was cool. But with the whole situation, right? If you, my best friend and I were talking about this earlier today because obviously we didn't used to have the developmental on TV, right?
Yeah.
But NXT is in front of us every single week on TV. So for better or for worse, we follow those people. The characters we really like them and we identify with them. And when they get called up to the main roster, we don't I just don't see the point in the name change, because if it's just to do that and put him in like a different outfit to fit in with Sheamus and whatever, like that's okay. But
Sheamus is Irish. That's the thing as well. That's Sheamus is Irish.
Dreadful name.
British. It's like, they're all the same. Like, collect them together.
They're not.
I know. I'm not saying they are. I was doing Vince's voice. They're from the same parts. There.
Has there ever been a situation where they've taken someone from NXT, given them a name change, and they've become a big star? It seems to me like all the big stars that have crossed over from NXT to main roster have just kept their character. You look at like Seth Rollins and, obviously the whole Shield got over and, like...
What was the last star from NXT to make it on the main roster?
Well, like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, like those guys.
When was he called up? 7 years ago?
I know.
That's really worrying, John. That should be really worrying for them.
It is worrying.
I guess you could say Austin Theory's like getting to that level now, but there's some...
That's a good point. It is worrying, but I think
it's right. We know they don't make stars.
But
God damn it, we make stars, pal.
No, stop. We do, because I think that look at these NXT 2.0 guys. Braun Breaker. No, be honest. By the time they call up the likes of Braun Breaker. I don't know. I have like a hard time with alliteration. Carmelo Hayes, like LA Knight, the To the Moon guy.
Tony D'Angelo.
Like Tony D'Angelo. Like, I think that they are going to be stars and they can continue under their current brand. So I'm hopeful that Pete Dunne is that crossover between like old and new, where they're just trying to find his place. But like, even like a Tommaso Ciampa, like, don't change his name. If you want him on the main roster, just keep him there. And like, he already is so established, right? It's just tough. It is. It's just tough, guys.
Anyway, thanks for coming to our Monday Night War review.
Oh yeah, we're cutting the episode. I don't know if you realize this, but we just like had like a hard stop, and we're on this. It's like This Week in Wrestling / I don't know. Jack,
yeah,
you have 100 pages.
We might have to chop this up into 2 parts.
Yeah, we'll chop it. It's cool.
Yeah, just do some stuff.
Joseph, your favourites asked you to chop it, so.
Joseph, do you?
Say that again, because your internet went.
You cut out. Yeah, you cut out.
Joseph, do your job. Where does Joseph live?
London.
Oh, he lives in London, my town.
It's going to start of something beautiful.
It already is.
Joseph, call me next time I'm in London.
And on that note, I've been Jack Milner. She's been Lisi Almeida. And that man to the left is John Jacobs. For episode 12 of the Monday Night War reviews, we'll see you next week to hopefully something better. Ta-ra!